quarterbacks, I apologize. Obviously, a lot of seniors in there. You know, out of respect for those guys, just want to make sure to spend some significant time with them. And ultimately, I would tell you that it's important that all parts of our organization, in particular the players, and really emphasize that with our other guys, that we spent time telling those guys what they've done for the program, their example, their approach. There's some really special players in that group that have not only been productive on the field, we've also had a lot of guys that work their tail off throughout the week that maybe never get to play, right? They have contributed to our team in a major way. So, yeah, it's always a tough time. I do want to compliment the crowd tonight. I thought our fans were fantastic. I mean, we continue to sell out these games, and certainly not only that, but their impact, right? I thought they were a factor tonight, and we're very thankful for that. No doubt, it was special in there tonight, over 90,000. We continue to do that. And I think that speaks to the place. You know, this place is impacting a lot of people, and certainly we're thankful for them showing up tonight, doing their part. You know, I think that you know, when we look back at the last couple of weeks, you know, we have the lead in the fourth quarter multiple times. You know, and I think when you're coaching a team, you know, that has the makeup of this team this year, there's got to be. We have to use this experience. You know, there's a ton of players in that locker room that are going to be back next year. And look, we haven't been able to finish. That's the bottom line. And I think we're learning how to do that. We've been in position to do that. But ultimately, I think as we build a team that's made up of veterans, it's going to be important that we, at some point, you know, the old adage, you fall down 7 times, eventually, you know, the 8th time you get up and you finally get it done. I think at some point, this group, the experience that they got this year will pay off, right? And I think they get to go into this all season with that experience, and that affects their entire attitude and approach to training, to practice, and certainly, you know, as you build another team dynamic, I'm hopeful that this group, you know, learns how to finish. And once we do that, I think there'll be a ton of momentum opportunities that come with that. So, you know, I'm thankful for this team, regardless of what anybody else says, okay? This team was a special team for a lot of reasons. You know, their ability to continue the resiliency, the toughness, and I'm not just talking about physical toughness. This game requires mental toughness, emotional toughness. It requires work. It requires investment. It requires sacrifice. And I think this group has continued to show up with a really good attitude and do their part to prepare. And then when the ball's put down, they've played with effort, toughness. We need to play with better detail. We need to execute better. There's no question about that. But I respect this group, and there's a lot of individuals in that locker room, man, that are made of the right stuff, you know. And I don't want to lose sight of that just because our record this year. So, you know, ultimately, we got to get up off the ground, you know. And I think we have to learn from failure, and growth comes through struggle. I think this season presents that opportunity. And look, we have work to do. You know, ultimately as a staff, you know, we have to evaluate where we're at. You know, from top to bottom, every inch of what we do, and we have to work hard to try to position the players and do better. Right? I think that's what I'm consumed with. That's my purpose, and that's the way I view my platform, opportunity. The coaching profession is about the players, right? And doing the absolute best job we can do for the players to position them for success. And certainly in football, that is on the field, but it's also everything that you do throughout the offseason, and certainly how we can impact who they are as people, and as students. So, you know, we'll have an opportunity here. Players will be off tomorrow, and then we'll begin kind of a process Monday to Thursday. You know, as we kind of, you know, turn the page and move forward here. What questions do we have?
Start with